Early in the 20th century, an American biscuit company introduced what they called a cookie sandwich. I don't know why, it still looks like a biscuit to me, albeit the kind that disappears from the selection box first. Almost a century later, people still crave this sugary fusion of crunch and cream. Now that really takes the biscuit. Dunking biscuits in your tea, or indeed cookies in your milk, is a tasty tradition, and whoever started it must have been one smart cookie. These biscuits start with pure granulated sugar. This worker heaps bags of it into a mixer as he prepares to whip up the batter. He adds 2 kinds of cocoa. The combination will give the biscuits the desired taste and colour. A pre-mix of salt and other ingredients follows. A specially formulated canola oil mixture will transform these dry ingredients into a batter, as huge beaters blend everything together. They add water, and the batter starts to look like a bubbling chocolate soup. Then, they add dry ice. This chills the batter as it evaporates. The lower temperature is important. As they add flour to thicken the batter into a dough, the dough will turn out to be less crumbly than it would have been if kept at room temperature. A premix of leavening ingredients goes in next. One final mix and this chocolate dough is ready to go. The worker shovels it onto a grate, which protects his fingers as he presses the dough down into a moulding machine. This machine forms the dough into biscuit shapes, while pressing intricate designs and the brand name onto them. It churns out an impressive 5,000 pieces of biscuity goodness every hour. The freshly moulded biscuits now move from the silicon conveyor to a steel one. It takes them into a gas oven, where they travel in a continuous loop for several minutes to receive an even baking. After that, fans cool the biscuits to the desired crispiness. Then they move to another conveyor, which feeds into a series of chutes. The biscuits travel over ramps, designed to make them fall into a certain position. One row lands plain side up, and the next lands with the pattern side up. This puts them in the right orientation for the all-important creamy filling. It's a high-speed operation, as a cylindrical pump deposits this vanilla filling onto the plain side of the biscuits. The newly anointed biscuits head over to the next station. Here, machinery moves the top biscuits onto the bottom ones. Then they move up for the count. Mechanical fingers separate them into bunches of 11. Then grippers swing into action to move each bunch forward. They release the cookies neatly into plastic trays. The trays, now full of biscuits, move on to the wrapping station. Here, metallic film unwinds and wraps around the trays. Hot jaws move in to seal the packages at both ends. Finally, they're shipped to retailers. But once these biscuits are in the cupboard, it might be tough to keep them under wraps.